Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Martín. Yo no sé música, no sé tocar ningún instrumento y voy a tratar de aprender a tocar la flauta y ver con esta serie de videos si también puedo ayudar a otras personas a que aprendan también conmigo. Sara Noah es una chica que tiene una serie de videos de internet en donde ella enseña a tocar la flauta. Ella recomienda tomar clases particulares.
I'm going to talk to you today about private lessons. I feel that it's very important to help you advance as a flute player to find an instructor that can help you. I would suggest going to your local music store and asking them if there is a flute private lesson teacher that you can talk to and possibly start taking lessons from, because they will begin to show you books and help you practice and show you different techniques and really help you get better as a flute player.
El problema con las clases particulares para las personas que vivimos en Argentina o en alguno de estos países es que estas clases pueden ser bastante caras. Entonces, lo que vamos a tratar de hacer es aprender a tocar el instrumento solamente con videos de internet y con información que podamos obtener de distintos libros. Uno de los problemas que aparecen es que la mayor parte de los videos de internet están en inglés. Por eso es que está apareciendo acá, mientras yo hablo, un subtítulo de lo que estoy diciendo en inglés. ¿Para qué? La idea es que una mayor cantidad de personas puedan usar estos videos y también personas que quieran colaborar con nosotros y hacernos correcciones puedan hacerlo y les resulte más fácil si es que entienden lo que estamos diciendo. Bueno, Sara nos dice que es mejor entonces una flauta que no solo tenga las llaves, sino que además tenga los agujeros.
As you may have noticed, some flutes have completely sealed keys, completely metal, and some have holes like mine do. When you're getting a beginner flute, I would actually suggest getting one that has holes, but getting the plugs for them. The purpose of the holes is to create a seal with your fingers, and it creates a more rich tone, but not a lot of beginners can do this right away, and so that's why I suggest getting the plugs and gradually taking them out as you become more advanced.
Ahí entonces cometí ya mi primer error, porque la flauta que yo compré no tiene los agujeros, tiene solamente las llaves, pero realmente era bastante más económica comprarla con las llaves y sin los agujeros, y eso fue entonces lo que hice. Como vemos acá, la flauta que tengo no tiene agujeros y tiene las llaves. De todas formas, hasta alcanzar un buen nivel me parece que puede pasar bastante tiempo si es que alguna vez lo consigo, así que no estoy arrepentido de la compra que hice, que me resultó más económica. Bueno, lo primero que hay que aprender entonces es a soplar dentro de la flauta, ¿no?
I'm going to talk to you about proper flute embouchure. Embouchure means your mouth positioning while you're playing the flute. When you first pick up a flute, it may be kind of hard to create a good, vibrant, full sound, but one tip I suggest is to get a Coke bottle or any type of glass bottle and blow across the top of it until you make a noise. That's something a lot of people have done and they don't realize that it's kind of similar to playing the flute. And then try it with your flute and see if you can do it. It's very important to keep the corners of your mouth tense, and you'll learn to train these muscles around your mouth to stay tense because it's important to keep the air steady and the flow steady. Another trick to test your embouchure is to make sure that your corners are tight of your mouth and form your embouchure, and put your hand in front of your mouth and feel the air streaming from your mouth. If it's puffing, then that's not right. It needs to be a steady, firm stream of air. Another important thing to try to do is to point your air down into the hole. So if you can imagine aiming your air down into the hole of the head joint. Be sure to keep the corners of your mouth tight, direct your air down, and play.
When you first start to play the flute, actually it's best to just use the head joint to try to produce a tone. And the easiest way to do that, would you take, this is the lip plate and this is the tone hole. And basically you want to put the lip plate onto your chin and make sure that the tone hole is centered underneath your lip. And you'll find it exactly where it works best for you, but you kind of want a little bit of your lower lip to cover the tone hole. And then the easiest way to produce a tone is to put your palm on the edge and cover the whole of the head joint. And then take a deep breath and blow. And you'll get a low tone. And basically, you are breathing above the tone hole, but part of the air is actually going into the flute. So you want to produce a low tone. And after you've gotten used to the low tone, you can actually do the same exercise, but shoot for a higher tone. And that would be... And it's not really the most pleasant sound, but once you've got the low tone and the high tone down, you're set to start learning actual notes with the whole flute.
Alright, I got a request from someone to teach you how to play the flute, and so here it goes. First, obviously, we need to learn how to make a sound, so we take the head joint, and to make a sound, like, it's like blowing across. It's not. This is the only wind instrument that you don't blow directly into to make a sound. So to make a sound, put the hole directly onto your lips, like going like this, and make the shape of the hole with your lips, like you measure it, and then you bring it down like this, and you tongue it like, and you have to tighten your lips, and just try different combinations of how tight your lips are and what position they are, and try moving this around a little bit.
El problema también con los videos que tenemos es que nos dicen que tenemos que hacer el ruido. Cuando finalmente podemos hacer el ruido, nos preguntamos, ya está, listo, ahora tenemos que ensamblar la flauta, porque normalmente no nos dicen cuánto tenemos que practicar, cuántos días, veces. Esa es la información que no tenemos. Yo tuve que practicar bastante para que saliera lo que ahora está saliendo, que espero que esté bien.
Before we open the case, let's learn how to play a note. First, put your lips together as though you're making an M. Make as small an opening as possible in the center of your lips. Now, blow through the tiny hole. Blow your lips apart, don't spread them. Take a pen and draw a dot on the back of your wrist. Hold your wrist 3 inches away from your mouth and practice blowing directly on the dot through the tiny hole. What you're learning is called embouchure. That's the way you position your mouth to play an instrument. Pick up just the head joint. That's this part. Remove the plastic tenon cover. This is the lip plate, and this is the embouchure hole. Place the bottom edge of the embouchure hole in the middle of your bottom lip, like this. Keep the head joint parallel to the floor. Now, as you practiced on your wrist, blow through your lips across the top of the hole, not down into it, until you make a clear note. If this is done correctly, the air will create a condensation pattern that looks like an upside-down ice cream cone. Okay, once you've played a note, take the flute head away from your mouth for 3 seconds. Then try it again. Do this 5 times in a row. If you miss one, do it again, until you can do it 5 times in a row.